Arsenal's gonna hate to win by 2-1, and we sum up it with what we call the player ratings. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I'll go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. We start it off with the goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. I think he did what he had to do, but he didn't have a lot to do that game, though some ball distributions obviously were not off, like that one that I think was Johnson impressed him and really saw the ball that was really doing to Bukayo Saka deflect off him into a goal kick, and that's when we looked ugly. And that really boils out into a situation of the coming in of David Raya on how he's going to give Arsenal what we call how is it called, guys? It's called control of the game and possession, especially playing with the goalkeeper with the ball comfortable in his feet. I know people will come out and obviously defend Aaron Ramsdale, but when it comes to ball distribution, that's where the game has gone, and that's where David Raya is. It's going to hate obviously give Arsenal what we call a very huge question onto whether it should be David Raya or Aaron Ramsdale. But wait and see what decision Mikel Arteta is going to make in the game of Crystal Palace next weekend, as David Raya is going to be unveiled as an Arsenal player. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But for Aaron Ramsdale, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. We go to Thomas Partey. I think he was one of those players really had a very decent game today, and it was because of Arteta moving him from the right back position to the midfield that changed the game flow of Arsenal, and Arsenal really went ahead to obviously become the best of the best in that game altogether. And as it stood, it was really great, and things really went well to that side, and Arsenal found themselves in a situation of obviously winning that game. So for me, Thomas Partey, I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. He was one of the best performing players on the field of play as Arsenal went ahead to beat Nottingham by 2-1. Julian Timber, 6.5 for me. He really had a very good game for me. Solid defensively. The way he's really so much good onto playing as inverted fullback was really great. His passes, intricate in nature, and the way he obviously got an injury. And I think when he really got off the field of play, Arsenal's build-up play really changed a lot, because they never had some references onto the left wide area and the half spaces of the pitch. So Julian Timber, 6.5 out of 10 for me. William Saliba put in a solid performance, and he saw to it that they never had a lot of work to do, because Nottingham never threatened them a lot, apart from the goal that they scored, and the only side in the first half in the 11th minute when they are really caught when they're in transition and a ball was coming back from the Nottingham Forest players, and Johnson really found himself in a 1v1 situation, and he was closed down by Aaron Ramsdale, and it was not a goal into the back of the net. That is it. So we gate that into the mod and obviously keep it there. See to it that things really go on. Now, I'm giving William Saliba a 6.5 out of 10. That is Ben White. Have I talked about Ben White? Ben White, I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. Understand he started playing as a central midfielder on the left-hand side of on the defense, and he ended up playing as a right back in the game. And when Arsenal shifted to play a 3-4-3 system, he played on the right side of the center back. So I'm giving him a 6 out of 10, Ben White. I think he's a decent player, and he was not asked very many questions on the day, and I think he was not exposed all that a lot, and he obviously kept it going on and on. That is Benjamin White for you. Now, after Benjamin White, let's go to Declan Rice, a man who really had his first competitive debut for Arsenal in the Premier League. Looked really shite when he was playing alone in the midfield. But when Thomas Partey rejoined him, he showed us that going forward, he has a lot to offer to the game. In the first half, he registered a shot on target. And even in the second half, he found himself forcing the former Arsenal player, that is Matt Turner, into making 2 saves. And all those 2 saves were really top-class saves from Matt Turner. And Declan Rice really had a very brilliant display. By the way, in the second half, he really played very well. So I'm giving Declan Rice a 6.5 out of 10. But he has more to offer to it that he meets the levels of Arsenal. Because for Arsenal to meet a standout player, you need to be offering the best of the best. That is it. Now, we go to Kai Havertz. I've seen very many Arsenal fans, especially into the video in heat of the match reaction, come out and obviously slate the goalkeeper. Slate the £67 million purchase, and that is what's the name of the guy? The guy is Kai Havertz, and they've come out and obviously slated him. I've read some of the comments, and I want to be really exact. Mwene Molemba, Kai Havertz was doing a lot of nothing. Kai is not an Arsenal material. He was doing nothing. Kai Havertz should be benched. Also, that is user. Martin Musala, very slow guy. Now, let me school you something. You know, I bring my opinions, and most of you believe that they are really so much inclined to a certain player. But I would love to really bring this to your notice that Kai Havertz really played very well. You might not believe in what he put up on the field of play, but in the modern game of football, it's all about how you can contain the ball and not lose the game. The game is all about possession. And we look at Kai Havertz, the runs he made, the way he was receiving the ball. There is a time when he really played in Bukayo Saka when he was leading the line. In the sprint he made past the goalkeeper and obviously forced a corner. He made some good runs, but most of you are really biased of Kai Havertz. That's it. You are biased of Kai Havertz, but look at what he puts up on the field of play. I think he's a player that Arsenal has been lacking, especially on how he controls the ball. I really believe that he's a different kind of player from Gabriel Jesus, but I think he's going to be one of the changes or one of the improvements that Arsenal will need this season. He's a player that will help you in multiple positions, and especially when Jesus is really injured, you saw to it that he really led the line, especially in the big games, and he might be the difference of Arsenal of last season and the Arsenal of this season because he offers a lot. And you see to it that when he's leading the line, these defenders are really on tenterhooks because he's a physical player, and him being a physical player, he finds himself in the positions of obviously winning the aerial duels, and he's so much composed onto the ball. But I'm giving him a 6 out of 10, and he has he still has a lot to offer to the club of Arsenal. But I think he's really going to be one of those players, and I think Kai Havertz and Julian Timber have shown us where they're going to fit in that Arsenal team, and that has shown us that he's not going to obviously bench them. But Declan Rice still has a lot of demands onto him, so to it that he finds himself in a position of obviously being the Declan Rice we expect him to be at Arsenal. 6 out of 10 for Kai Havertz. We go to Bukayo Saka scoring a goal and obviously trying to put up a game. They put up some blind passes in that game, and I believe he's really one of those players. I'm going to hate to obviously give us the best that we deserve on the field of play, but join the eye to watch. And I've always told Arsenal fans that when I look at Bukayo Saka, he reminds me of Raheem Sterling. There is nothing magical you're going to expect from Bukayo Saka. He does the usual things. That's why I've always advocated Arsenal to get in a competitor for this guy who can obviously take the game to the next level. And that's why Mikel Arteta wanted Rafinha, last summer, because he knew that Rafinha would take that position to the next level and really take the competition of Bukayo Saka to the next level. Apart from really scoring that goal, do you remember anything else that Bukayo Saka did that was really productive and really worth him? I credit him for the goal scored, and I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10. That is Bukayo Saka. We go to Gabriel Martinelli. I like Martinelli, all know that. His skill set is really great. When you look at the assist that he really got of that 180 turn or back heel turn. Very good set that he really displayed on the field of play, and it really looked great for that game. Very good assist, and obviously he did what we call the fallback runs. You know, his intensity is really one of a kind that every manager really likes. I've seen Jurgen Klopp obviously saying that he would love to have a player like Martinelli in his team. So as it stands, it's obviously one of those teams that have one of the best players or left wingers in the world, and that is Gabriel Martinelli. So I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. That is it. Then we go to Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah. He's one of those players that really put in a performance. I saw that he's going really in the north. Improvement is really huge because he has found himself in a situation of drowning. His intensity is really increasing. His work ethicness on the field of play is really above the ordinary, and that's where you really give him credit. Scoring a goal that really opened up that game. That's why I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10, because before that goal came in through, you never saw where Arsenal is going to get their goal. That is it. That's why credit goes to Martinelli. But even the execution of Eddie Nketiah, it was really world class. You know, making 3 touches in the opponent's 18-yard box area, and you take them off, and then you take that shot, is really exquisite. That's why his pursuit has been really one of the best, and he took it with precision into the back of the net. I'm giving Eddie Nketiah a 7 out of 10 because that goal puts Arsenal in a position to look for the second goal. You know, he really did what he had to do as a number 9 and obviously scored those goals. For Eddie Nketiah, we know pressure is on him. It's mounting on him day in, day out, but he has to obviously show us that he can take that pressure off himself by doing what he did today. If at all he comes in through and starts in the game of Crystal Palace, that is on Monday, next Monday, but 1, then he will obviously have put there a bar that 2 games I've started, I've scored goals, meaning that the pressure will be off him and it will be back to Gabriel Jesus that when you return, you need to put in the effort or the shift. So that is the starting 11 of Arsenal. Tomiyasu came on through for Julian Timber, 6 out of 10. Who else came on through? Gabriel Magalhaes came on through, and I think it was a substitution that really was led to make. It would have come in early, no sooner they brought on Awanyi into the second half, and I'm giving him a 6 out of 10 also. Who else came on through? Let me try to see here. Who else came on through for Arsenal? Because some substitutions were really made, and let me see who else came on through for Arsenal. Gabriel Magalhaes. Oh, Leandro Trossard. Leandro Trossard also came in through and really had a very beautiful game. Today I saw him burst in space, and this is when I got to know that Trossard is really a fast player. He really burst into space in a very, 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 very good way for that side of Arsenal. And I'm giving Trossard a 6 out of 10 also because he really had a very huge impact off the bench. So guys, your player ratings are welcome in the comment section below. Oh, I had not added Martin Odegaard. I had forgotten Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard to me was the best player on the field of play. The way he commanded that midfield, the way he really make football look so easy, the touches he made, you know, when he released Bukayo Saka, Eddie Nketiah, Kai Havertz, and very many others. His ball distribution and the way he obviously got hold of this ball to show it that he's so much comfortable this time round. The back heels he made, those are things that people don't give a lot of attention to in the game. But to me, I pay a lot of attention to, especially for a quality player like Martin Odegaard. And I know many eyes were onto him because we are waiting to see what he's going to offer on the field of play at the beginning of the season. I think he really showed us that he's really that Martin Odegaard. I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 10, and that makes him my man of the match. So my man of the match is Martin Odegaard, and for Mikel Arteta, I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10 because he really read the game a little bit off. I don't believe in Thomas Partey being played as a right back. I believe he should be in the central midfield with Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard. But the problem is, there is a lot of pressure that you bought a player like Kai Havertz, £6-7 million, and you need to start him. Yet, even Edin Ketia needs to get assurance that he is going to play some good games of football at Arsenal. So I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God bless you abundantly. I'm out, and for most viewers and subscribers, Barak Lau Fiku.